Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Friday, the 5th of March, 2021. We are in the end of our 48th week of dealing with this Chinese bat flu. Safer at home, wear a mask, avoid your friends, stock up on food, pandemic craziness. Right now in Jacksonville, Florida, it is 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is at 59%. It'll be 19 degrees Celsius. Feels warm after where we went the other day. Man. So, y'all have been following along, you know what happened. I appreciate all the condolences and what have yous. I primarily posted that really to let everybody know that I may not be posting the way I normally do or whatever, and so some of y'all don't worry, because I know it happens. And then I thought I should keep y'all informed. A little side effect to that I wasn't thinking about was my one 10-year-old G-Brat had not been informed yet of what was going on, and he got out of school and checked YouTube and saw my 2 posts and put 2 and 2 together. He didn't open them. He said he didn't want to open them, but he knew. And he asked his dad. His dad told him what was going on, and he actually called his mom and I to make sure that we were okay. So, yeah, that strikes you right in the feels. I've been okay, unless I happen to read one of the grandkids' Facebook posts or something like that. They're very difficult to read. So they're very beautiful, and but they're heart-wrenching, and yeah. Anyway, I'm still dealing. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure. I mean, everybody deals with things in a different way. It'll probably hit me at a later date, or something odd comes up or something like that, and hit me here and there. I'll deal with it as it happens. But one thing we noticed, phone fell back over into where my cup goes. Stay on the road, Doc. One thing that we noticed on the way up there, well, 2 things actually. We left here, it was 80 degrees. And when we got to the rest area in Maryland, it was 22 degrees Fahrenheit. It was cold. we were digging our sweatshirts and stuff out of our luggage, because I mean, of course, I checked what the temperature was going to be. I knew it was going to be colder up there, so I packed, and they all packed heavier clothing. So, but yeah, we got out in Maryland, and oh my goodness. The other thing is the way other states are handling this whole pandemic thing. Here in Florida, we're not like, we don't have a hard mask mandate, but they haven't like totally lifted it like Texas and what's the other state, Ohio. It's still recommended that you wear a mask or whatever. It's not a hard mandate, but you get up there and like you go into the restrooms and they have even in the restrooms they socially distance you. You're like in front of the urinals. Every other urinal is blocked off either with tape or a traffic cone or something to that effect. Same with the sinks. In the public facilities. We got to New Jersey. We were talking about going to restaurants or whatever, and like, no, you got to call first. First, you have to make sure that they have indoor dining and that they will allow a group as large as we had. Seriously, you know, they don't. We don't worry about that down here. You know, last month, 22nd, on my daughter's birthday, we went to a local restaurant here. We did give them a call just because, you know, when you got 20 people showing up, it's nice for the restaurant to have a heads up on it. But we weren't afraid that they were going to say, oh no, we can't handle you. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, things happen different ways, but I was complaining about the cost of fuel down here, like gasoline for the brat buggy and for sure, you know, complaining at $2.59. Up there it was averaging $2.87, $2.89. The one place I saw it for $2.94. Like, oh my goodness. The family that we stayed with, family friend, she was talking about, I mean, first of all, you know, they got hit with this really cold spell in New Jersey, and they had, you know, some heavy duty snow, like several feet, and like, she had to leave her heat on longer because the kids weren't in school. Even they're on a hybrid system. They go 3 days a week or something. And they had to keep the heat on longer, and her heating bill almost doubled from January through February. A combination, I guess, of using it more and the prices went up. Someone I was talking to said that they heat with oil, fuel oil, and their prices went up $1.25 a gallon, which is, it was almost 3/4 again what they normally pay. So near, I mean, close enough to double. Coming home was kind of the same type. I mean, you know, we had the same things. My granddaughter was really surprised that she couldn't get boiled peanuts after we got out of like South Carolina. Boiled peanuts just are not an option. We tried explaining it to her. We had told her back when we went to Delaware, we tried to find them, and nobody knew it. Nobody even knew what they were. They thought we were joking. And I totally understand. People look at them and go, no. This is not going to happen. A lot depends on, you know, where you get them from. Some people cook them for way too long and they turn to mush. Others don't cook them enough and they're still kind of hard with a soft outer bit to them. And some get them, you know, where they're really good, or whatever. I prefer having the hot Cajun ones. Then again, I say if you put enough heat on something, you could eat a flip-flop. So it is what it is. I was surprised as we went through Washington that it was so quiet. It was almost like a ghost town. And I didn't really video it. I wasn't set up to do much videos. And the car is noisy with the kids and music playing and everything else. So I didn't really capture all that, but it was really quiet. It was kind of eerie, kind of spooky. And then all around the Capitol complex, it's all fenced off. The only good thing was you could find parking. If we'd had more time, we drove right past parking places where we could have gone to see the Jefferson Memorial or the Lincoln Memorial, even the Washington Monument. There was parking available. The last time I went up there, and granted it's been 10, 15 years since I was up there last, but it was like constant, like bumper to bumper traffic, and trying to find a parking place just wasn't happening. Driving around and around the block, hoping you're going to be the one that gets the next open spot. I think we actually ended up parking at Arlington, the cemetery, and taking a shuttle downtown, down to the reflecting pond and the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial or whatever. So it was a I still can't wrap my head around what it was. It was kind of scary. Like I said, it was scary. It was eerie, otherworldly maybe. It didn't feel right. And I'm not blaming that on this administration or the last administration or anything else. I'm just saying whatever's going on up there right now doesn't feel right. Maybe it's got partly to do with the pandemic. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just putting it out there. 265. Wow. Just putting that out there too, right? I'm just putting it out there that it just doesn't feel right. Something. It's bothersome. So kind of joking around on the ride. Why is this person stopped right in the middle of the road? My granddaughters may be cute, but oh my God, little methane factories. They would. I'm starting to feel like that guy from the C.W. McCall Convoy song. You know, how about a pig pen? You want to back off them hogs? Yeah, 10 miles or so. It's getting intense up here. I couldn't back off. All we could do is open the windows. Oh my God. You just about get it all cleaned out, get the windows up, and the other one would be like, hee 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 hee. Oh my God. So I told the oldest one to text her G-Pop, my dad. her great granddad, and asked if she gets her stinky farts from him. He kind of got a kick out of it. I said, no, you got those from Gigi. So, for now, he is doing as well as can be expected. Wrong hand. Mom was his entire life. He was her entire life. They just celebrated 64 years on my daughter's birthday. So it's hit him really hard. And he's dealing as well as, I guess, as well as can be expected. It's going to be difficult keeping in touch with him, because like he said, nobody called him unless Mom didn't answer her phone. Then we called him to find out why, Gigi didn't answer her phone. Because Dad doesn't talk. Dad's not a conversationalist. A phone call with him would be, yo Dad, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Not much. Thank you, talk to you later. I mean, literally, they can be that short and, yeah, it's going to be a little more difficult keeping in touch with him, or getting any information out of him at any rate. But he said he can't go back to the apartment, and I totally understand that. My brother took him out and bought luckily my brother's got a room for him. Took him out and bought a bed. They did go back so Dad could pick out a few pieces that he wanted and grab some clothes, but he wasn't able to stay in there very long. So again, it's what to be expected. I'm really scared. My brothers and I talked about this. When people that have been that close together for so long pass away, usually the surviving spouse doesn't survive long. So it's not something to look forward to, but it's something to anticipate. Still get that call in the middle of the night. Now it's going to be, is it Dad or is it Chris? So, speaking of Chris, my youngest brother, who's got the really severe heart problems, he's actually doing really well. Excuse me. He's set up in 2 different flea markets up there around Lancaster. Green Dragon and something else. And he does reclaimed, repurposed furniture type stuff, like turn a bicycle into a bar or something to that effect. And then he also has, I forget what he's calling it, wood cuts or off cuts. But he's hooked up with a couple of excuse me, lumber mills, and he can get like the rough edged boards, stuff that they normally throw away, or he can get an extra thick plank cut if that's what his customer wants. And different species up there. I guess he can get poplar and black walnut and different types of oak. He actually gave me a cutting board for here in the van, and I'd asked him for something for a laptop, like a laptop drawing table. He gave me a really cool looking piece of wood, but It's not big enough for a laptop drawing table. And he oiled it. So, it's a really nice piece. It'll make a nice wall piece, I think. So, anyway, he's doing really well. All in all, considering what actually went on, I don't know, the week kind of sucked, but by the same token, I guess it could have been a whole lot worse. Mom didn't suffer. She waited until everybody got there. I think some of you may have misunderstood when I said that I got to talk to her on Thursday. Thursday was before all of this happened. She was still, still all there. She hadn't even had a warning sign of a stroke. We talked twice on Thursday, and then late Sunday night she had the bad stroke, and she really wasn't there when we got there. It was 12 hours later or whatever, 24 hours later actually, and she was still hanging on. The body was still alive, but when you walk in and it's just a shell. So not that it was easy, but it was what it was, and it is what it is, and it will be what it will be. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fantabulous day. Sláinte, y'all.